The time is now 9:16. COVID cases are on the rise and kids are heading back to school fairly soon. Now kids as young as 6 months old can get vaccinated against COVID-19. Here to talk to us about the vaccine and some other situations dealing with COVID, Dr. Mark Kline from Children's Hospital New Orleans. Dr. Kline, good morning and thanks for being with us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So, Doc, let's talk about the fact that there are more children now eligible to get the COVID-19 vaccine. Let's talk about this new age group that just recently has been approved.
Yeah, the group between 6 months and 5 years of age have just gained access to vaccine. We've been at this just for several weeks now. We've immunized a little more than 200 children here at Children's Hospital New Orleans and across the community. Of course, there are many more. The vaccine seems to be very, very safe in that age group and effective as it is in older children and adults at preventing severe disease, so keeping kids out of the hospital, keeping them from dying.
And Dr. Kline, I know after the last few years, you all had so many children in the hospital dealing with COVID. I guess how much of a relief is it to you and the staff that this is now an option, especially for those smaller kids who are so vulnerable to the virus up until now?
Yeah, it's been a big relief. You know, the Omicron variant, which hit us hard over the winter, and we're dealing with a different kind of Omicron, BA.5 right now. Omicron seems to have a special propensity for children that we don't quite understand. It hits them pretty hard. And while most will recover uneventfully, some require hospitalization, some end up in the intensive care unit, and unfortunately, we've even seen some deaths. So we didn't have a vaccine in that youngest age group to protect those kids. There are about 19 million of kids in that age group across the United States. And so to finally have a vaccine that can help to keep them safe is a big advance.
Doctor, I mentioned, children, it sounds really crazy because we're in the middle of July, but they're heading back to school in the next few weeks already. Some of those kids going back in that first week of August. And there may still be some children in the new age group and the previous age group who are not yet vaccinated. From your professional standpoint, what would you tell a parent as to why they should get their child vaccinated, especially before they head back to school next month and then in the next few weeks?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we're in the middle of a big surge right now here in New Orleans and really across the country. This BA.5 Omicron virus that we're dealing with right now is very highly infectious, even more so than the variant we dealt with over the course of the winter. It evades the immune system. So even if you've had infection in the past, or if you've gotten vaccine, you probably will still become infected. Now, if you've been vaccinated, you're not going to get very ill and you're not going to end up in the hospital. That's a good thing. But we don't want kids to get infected. And so getting vaccinated right now, if they haven't been vaccinated, will keep them out of the hospital, help reduce their chances of becoming infected. And so now's the time to do it. When we cluster kids back in a classroom, we know that's a formula for a lot of transmission of the virus.
And Dr. Kline, you were telling me that you all are here to help for parents, obviously, if they have any questions or concerns about the vaccine. But you also told me that you all have a vaccination fair that goes on Saturdays where parents can come and get their children vaccinated. Give us the details on those, please.
Yeah, so there are a number of options across the community for parents who want to have their kids vaccinated 6 months and up, 6 months all the way to 18 years. Number of places that they can go. If you go to chnola.org, CHNOLA.org, that's our website. Right there on the homepage, there's information about how to make an appointment to have your child vaccinated. And among the options are these Saturday fairs that we've been doing. We're trying to make it as convenient as possible for parents. And get your kids vaccinated, protect them, and let's work our way out of this pandemic. This thing's been going on for way too long.
Absolutely. And that website again, CHNOLA.org. And you can find out more information about the vaccine, appointments, and those fairs that you all have on the weekends. Dr. Kline, we appreciate your time this morning. I know you're busy, so thanks for taking some time out to chat with us.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.